Hello.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Should I start?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Perfect. And just let me know if my screen is not visible in case.
Okay, okay, sure, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. Just in case for introduction, myself, Dr. Monica Gaur. I'm a practicing radiologist in Lal Path Lab, Indrapuram, Ghaziabad. So today our topic is Doppler in pregnancy. So I would really have to have that conversation with you guys that do you exactly know what the fetal circulation look like? If yes, then yes, we can exactly jump to the topic and start reading about umbilical artery, MCA and all. But if not, then I would love to give you the glimpse of circulation, explain it properly so that whenever we talk about ductus venosus, nobody has that question in mind that what exactly it does do. So kindly revert back that do you want me to go ahead with the fetal circulation or you already know about it?
No, explain, ma'am.
You want me to explain?
Yeah.
Okay, perfectly fine. So before explaining about fetal circulation, I really believe that you all have that idea of adult circulation where we have atrium, two atrias, two ventricles, and we know oxygenated blood is carried in arteries, deoxygenated blood carries in venous system, then it goes to lungs, oxygenation happens, and it comes back to the tissues. But here in fetal circulation, it's a kind of tricky situation. So let's understand how fetal circulation differs in comparison to the adults, because this is something which we need to know, and then only we can go forward with the pathologies or the physiologies. So how does it work? We have two kind of circulation here. One is maternal, another one is fetal. So how does it look like? This is umbilicus. Umbilicus, when we say umbilicus, then automatically we mean that we have two umbilical arteries and one umbilical vein. The umbilical arteries, normally it should carry oxygenated blood, but here it is altogether vice versa. So umbilical arteries, they carry deoxygenated blood, and one single umbilical vein, it carries oxygenated blood. So two arteries, one vein, and this whole complex of three arteries, they compose umbilicus. This is what we call as umbilicus, two arteries and one vein. So whatever you have in mind in with the case of aortas and veins, just opposite of that. So whereas in adults we have oxygenated blood contained in arteries, and here we have oxygenated blood contained in veins. So we have umbilicus, which is composed of two arteries and one vein. So where this oxygenation happens? Normally in adults, this oxygenation happens in the lungs. We all know lungs play the role in the case of oxygenation of the blood. But here this oxygenation happens in the placenta. So we have two internal arteries, two internal iliac arteries. They carry deoxygenated blood, which then goes to umbilical arteries. These umbilical arteries with the path of umbilicus goes to placenta. It goes to placenta. Here the oxygenation happens. If you want in further how this happens, what kind of oxygenation is there, I can explain. So here in the placenta, oxygenation of the blood happens. Then with single umbilical vein, it goes back to the fetus. It goes back to the fetus. The umbilical vein carries the oxygenated return from the placenta through the umbilicus along the free edge of falciparum ligament. Whenever we scan a normal adult or a child, in the anterior most segment of liver, we do see a white hyperechoic or mixed echogenic line or the area. Now this area is nothing but the ligament, which was patent at the time when the baby wasn't born in the case of fetuses. So along the free edge of the falciform ligament, and then through this ligament, some of the oxygenated blood goes to the liver, it supplies to the liver, and then through IVC. Now umbilical vein and IVC, they are joined through this venous system which is called as ductus venosus. This is ductus venosus, which carries blood from umbilical vein to the IVC. This IVC then goes back to RA, which is right atrium. Am I clear till here? Any questions till now? Till this system from where the through internal iliac arteries, the blood goes to the placenta, it gets oxygenated, and then through umbilical vein, it again goes back to the liver, and then umbilical vein is connected with the IVC through ductus venosus. So till here, I hope I am clear. Any questions till now? If no, then I can go ahead. I think it's all clear till now, since no questions. So this IVC then goes to right atrium. This IVC drains to right atrium. So generally what should happen? Right atrium, blood goes to right ventricle, then through pulmonary artery it goes to lungs, then come back to LA, and then come back to LV, and then aorta. But here the scenario is totally different. We have two kind of shunts present in the fetuses. And these shunts are called as right to left shunt. Since we do not have lungs working in the fetuses, the process of oxygenation takes place in the placenta. We already have our oxygenated blood in hand in the right atrium. So through this shunt, from the oxygenated blood goes to left atrium. Yes, little bit, some amount of blood goes to right ventricle, since we have foramen over there, and then with the help of this shunt, it goes to the left atrium. It goes to the left atrium, the blood which is already oxygenated. Now this shunt is called as foramen ovale, which is patent, which is closed in the adults or after birth, but by the time the fetus is inside the womb, it is patent. Now, some oxygenated blood went from right atrium to the left atrium. This is clear. But what about the blood which is there in the right ventricle? So, through right ventricle, it goes to pulmonary artery. It leaves the right ventricle. Now, pulmonary artery in normal case should have gone to lungs. So, oxygenation should have happened and came back to LA. But here, there is no such scenario. Through pulmonary artery, it goes directly to the aorta. It goes directly to the aorta, and this shunt, which drains blood from pulmonary artery to aorta, is called as ductus arteriosus. Basically, right to left shunt, two openings, ductus arteriosus and foramen ovale. Now these two shunts supplies the oxygenated blood from right chamber to the left chamber of the heart, and then again with the aorta, since the blood is already partially oxygenated, it goes to the other parts of the fetuses and supplies limbs and the lower part organs. All clear with the blood system, or should I repeat? If no question, I can move ahead, but if there is any kind of question, please ask here about the circulation system. Otherwise, there is no point talking about umbilical artery, no point talking about ductus venosus, since we do not know from where the blood is coming. Where the pressure should be high, where the pressure should be less, then how are we going to discuss the resistance index and pulsatility index? So I hope everything clear here. Should I move forward? Say yes or no. Then I will move forward. Any kind of question is welcome. So kindly ask how many times whatever you want to. Any question. No questions? So I'm moving forward then.